Have you ever felt like someone wasn't telling you the whole truth? Or wondered why your American friend said that's fine, but sounded upset? Today, I'm showing you exactly how native speakers hide meaning in plain sight and how you can catch it every single time. Welcome back to Daily English Edge. Reading between the lines is one of the most important skills for fluent English speakers, but almost nobody teaches it. In the next 5 minutes, you'll learn 5 proven ways to understand what people really mean, not just what they say. This skill will transform your business conversations, friendships, and dating life. Let's go. The first way to read between the lines is to focus on tone of voice. In English, the same words can mean completely different things depending on how you say them. For example, someone might say, "Oh, that's nice." If they sound excited, they truly like it. But if they sound flat or sarcastic, they actually think it's bad. Native speakers always pay attention to this gap between words and tone. When your coworker says, "Sure, great idea," but speaks very slowly and quietly, they probably disagree but don't want to say it directly. Listen for changes in speed, pitch, and energy. That's where the real message lives. The second clue is silence and pauses. When native speakers hesitate before answering, something important is happening. They're thinking carefully about what to say and what not to say. For instance, if you ask your boss, "Do you like my report?" and they pause for 3 seconds before saying, "Yes," that pause tells you they have doubts. Or if your friend says your new haircut is nice and pauses before the word nice, the hesitation reveals doubt. Native speakers learn to notice these uncomfortable gaps. They understand that what someone doesn't say is often as important as what they do say. Pay attention to those awkward silences. They're hiding deeper feelings. The third technique is noticing softening words. When Americans want to say something negative but stay polite, they use specific phrases first. They might say, "I don't want to be mean, but," or "I'm not trying to criticize, however," or "Look, I'm just being honest." These phrases are red flags. They're telling you that something uncomfortable is coming. Similarly, words like kind of, sort of, I guess, and maybe soften criticism. When someone says your presentation was kind of unclear, they're being polite. What they really mean is your presentation was confusing. Native speakers recognize these softeners immediately. They're warning signs that someone disagrees but is trying to be nice about it. The fourth way to read between the lines is to notice what's missing. Americans often communicate by what they avoid saying. For example, if someone asks you out and you say, "I'm really busy right now," that doesn't literally mean you have no free time. Native speakers understand this as, "I'm not interested in dating you." Or if your friend never asks about your relationship, they might be uncomfortable with your partner. If your boss doesn't compliment your work, that's significant. Absence of praise is a message. Notice what topics people avoid, who they don't ask about, and what feedback they don't give. These gaps contain real meaning. The things people choose not to mention are often what they're really thinking about. Finally, native speakers read between the lines by watching body language and understanding context. When someone crosses their arms while saying, "I agree with you," their body is contradicting their words. Or if your date keeps checking their phone while talking to you, they're sending a message even though they haven't spoken it. Context matters too. If your coworker invites everyone except you to lunch, that's a message. If someone uses your formal name instead of your nickname, something has changed in the relationship. Native speakers combine everything: words, tone, silence, body language, and context to understand the real story. They know that American communication is often indirect. Learn to see the whole picture, not just listen to the words. There you have it, 5 powerful ways to read between the lines like a native speaker. Start paying attention to tone, pauses, softening words, what people don't say, and body language. These skills take practice, so use them in your next conversation. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to Daily English Edge for a new English lesson every single day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.